It is time to go racing for the penultimate time in the Gatorade Cup Series Season number 13. We head to the Chicagoland Speedway in Illinois for the running of the Gatorade 400. At the moment, it's a two-man dance for the championship. However, if both Jay Rando and Luke Rennie have issues here today at this race, others can close in like Anson and Charles Bois, and maybe even Caden Lynn and Max Anderson in the points. Let's go take a look at our 42 car field for the second to last race of the season. Race number 31, Max Rossi in the 81 on pole. Who's outside second, TJ Hanley in the 21. Starting in third, we have Cody Anderson. In fourth, it's Code Luigi. And ranking out the top five, Jake Galway in the 11. Starting in sixth place, it's Brett Sierra. In seventh, it's Nonigan Scott. Then Justin Zeidel starts in eighth. In ninth place, it's Roman Fenway. And ranking out the top 10, Logan Williams in the 47. Back by them, we have Jay Rando. There's our points leader. Who's inside, it's Baby Ruiz in the 00. Then we have Eli Bright, the 88, and Colin Teague in the 51, along with Max Anderson and then John Smith in the 4 car. Then there's Anthony Hernandez and Jeff Bright, the 9, with Jay Jefferson and Sebastian Kukulan in the 54. Then we have Levi Schoens, the 12, and who's outside. Luke Rennie, his teammate, comes in 7 points back, second in the points. Then there's Conrad Evans and Caden Lynn in the 37, with Riley Sampson and Smet Osk in the 15. Then we have Mitchell Collins and Brandon Beal, with Bronson Minnick and Keegan Thompson in the 48. Then there's Riley Sprotube and Derek Hamill, with Evan Hunter and Jonathan Buford. Then Nathan Baird and Marshall Burrow. Zachary DeLello of the 52 and the 1 of Scott Gregory. Then Riley Cresswell and Diego Yepez. And rounding up the field, 41st, Anson and Charles Bois. And then 42nd, it's Prospect Train in the 10. There's our 42 car field for racing in the Gatorade 400 at the Chicagoland Speedway. Let's go down track set to fire these cars up.
Drivers, start your engine!
They don't know we're going to go the back.
"42 engines come to life here at Chicagoland for 41 laps around this 1.5 mile oval in Joliet, Illinois. The championship battle is very condensed at this stage in the season with 2 races left, only 2 drivers with a realistic shot. It's Jay Rando by 7 over Luke Rennie, and then also by 13 over Anson and Charles Bois, and he's 17 up on Caden Lynn and Max Anderson. Right now at the moment, 2 drivers with a realistic shot, 3 with a mathematical shot. Who leaves this race to go to Homestead with a shot at the championship? We'll find out. Max Rossi, TJ Hanley in the front row. The green flag is waving, and we're underway in the Gatorade 400. They already changed the lead around. Max Rossi led the start but won't lead lap 1. It will be Cody Anderson to do so. Here comes Jake Galway, the 11, coming to the bottom lane. Nonigan Scott with them as they race off to turns 1 and 2. Mostly double fouls from 3 wide now starting to form, as we normally see here in Chicagoland. We'll be seeing pack racing, 3-4 wide action, but the 4 wide definitely the breaking point here in Chicagoland. That will lead to the crashes if we do get that. Nonigan Scott moves out in front in the 66. Now come to his inside, Roman Fenway in the 17. And most of the crashes we see here happen off turn number 4 and through the tri-oval, as cars start to get together while they're running very, very close at these high speeds. One car gets into another, and it causes those big crashes that we see. Right now, both are front 2 points in the middle. Jay Rando just a few rows in front of Luke Rennie. Both are stuck in the middle lane currently, but to the inside comes Jeff Bright. He's looking 4 wide further back in the pack. I think that's Cole Luigi riding the rim, along with Baby Ruiz. Luke Rennie actually in the middle of that in the 2 car. Luke hoping that they can keep going straight until they can sort this out. Luke comes in second in points. Cannot lose any more to Jay Rando, because at the moment he's on razor's edge of being in the championship fight or not. So he desperately wants to get out of this 4 wide, just get back down to 3 wide for sure. He's hoping he can probably clear Brett Sierra and Code Luigi right here, but as Evan slides up the hill, that's going to create another row of 4 wide and almost 5 wide. Oh, there they go, back of the pack. Luke gets into it, but gets away as Brandon Bill and others crash hard to the outside. Through the grass goes Derek Hamill. Bronson Minnick follows him, misses contact with a 32. Spurgeon was back there. Beal gets collected. Luigi Yepez, Colin Teague, Caden Lynn, a big one. Zeidel, Cresswell, and Ruiz also involved. Yellow is out early on lap number 5, and Jeff Bright in the 9 with the race lead. But a scary moment for Luke Rennie, who enters 7 points below. He somehow was able to stay ahead of it, miss it all. Jay Rando was damaged in the 53. There was a secondary crash on the backstretch. I think Rando was one of them involved. Look at the damage to that car. So severe on both the left and the front. He's definitely got to come down pit road to fix that up. But that is costly for Jay Rando, who entered with a 7-point gap over Luke Rainey. And that could all shrink with this right here. Caution on lap 5. It's a big one. We had a crash on the front stretch and then a crash after the out. Looks like it was maybe Jay Rando, one of them involved in that. Let's go to what happened first. Caution flag out here in the Gatorade 400. We were focusing right back on this as it was happening. 4 wide, multiple rows deep, and some cars got together, and it caused the crashes to come off the corner. You can see right there, they start to squeeze together back, and it tips the two. You can see right there, Luke Rainey into Brandon Beal, gets into Evans, into Teague, and Evans drives away. But for Luke Rainey, the luck right there definitely on his side. Remember, he missed all those crashes at All Club, came away a spot short of Jay Rando, and still lost a point even after missing all those crashes. He said, well, that was a lot of work for really nothing. But right here, this is another close call for Luke Rainey as he got tipped sideways as it happened back behind him. The crash started back behind. It happened so fast you can't really tell, but watch back here with like Caden Lynn and them. There's going to be some contact made, which starts back around Spurley Tube and DeLello. Zeidel's going to come down into Spurley Tube, get him into Cresswell, who gets up into Lynn, gets into then Yepes, who gets into Luke, who gets into Beal. And then the 2 spins to 62, and someone keeps his car going straight. Caution flag is called. And that could have been a whole lot worse if you are Luke Rainey. That could have been your season gone. But now for Luke, it is... there's some life back in his season. Because not only did he get away with that, but then Jay Rando wrecks. Look at Hamill taking his wild spin, and I don't think he had hit anything before he then went up and touched the outside wall. So that's a tough break for him. Let's go on board Luke Rainey through this massive accident that happened right around him. Somehow got tipped sideways, but saved it. That was a great job by Luke, but it's not over. The crashing is still going to happen on the backstretch, and Jay Rando is one of them involved, and maybe Eli Bright as well. So as they come off the corner, what happens here? Oh, Hunter moved up into Rando, got Kukulon and Eli Bright, but Rando definitely got the worst of that. He has so much damage on the front, the left, and the right. Eli Bright also has some pretty heavy right side damage, but Jay Rando definitely gets the worst of this. Right here, watch as they come off the corner. I think if Luke Rainey saw who that was, he probably perked up a little bit. Hunter just come, I think because Burrow maybe looked to the 6s inside, and Hunter was like, oh gosh, and moved up. But my gosh, the points leader involved in that one, Jay Rando, does he stay in the race is the question. If he does, how slow is he going to be now? We're going to see some lap traffic for sure throughout this one. Jeff Bright in car number 9 leads the Gatorade 400 at the Chicagoland Speedway. He'll lead back to the green flag. The old man looking for another Gatorade Cup Series win. He currently leads. Coming back to the green flag, lap number 9 is when we'll restart. Jeff Bright leads in the 9 for Hendrick Motorsports. Only one car out, if you can believe it. It's Colin Teague. We still have 41 cars left. That is not good for these race leaders who are going to definitely encounter lap traffic if we don't get yellows throughout this race. I mean, we could run 10 laps and we'll probably catch lap traffic. That's how damaged some of those cars are. So you have Jeff Bright leading, Jay Jefferson second, and third place Max Anderson. That's 3 really, really wily veterans of the Gatorade Cup Series. In fourth place, Roman Fenway. Fifth place, Anthony Hernandez. Then Levi Schoens in sixth, Matt Oskin seventh, Nonigan Scott eighth, Cody Anderson ninth, Mitchell Collins in 10th. So some hope now fills some of these chasers' minds, like Max Anderson. Can they try and get back in the championship fight? Green flag on lap 9 for car number 9. Jefferson also got away well. They stay with Jeff Bright through 1 and 2. Let's see at the back who's really slow. Zeidel's going to be slow. Cresswell Bruce has no nose. Caden Lynn obviously will be slower. And look at Jay Rando, already slow. Cole Cruz looks to be faster than him. Even Caden Lynn. Rando might be the slowest chaser out here besides Bibi Ruiz. So at the moment, Rando's now fight is to hope that other chasers get involved in crashes and he can miss them and then get some points off that. Because right now he's slower than Caden Lynn. Might even be slower than Bibi Ruiz. We'll have to see. But at the moment, he's going to be one of the lowest chasers if no other chasers fall back to him. For the lead, Jefferson and Jeff Bright, side by side. Jay gets the nose to the inside of the 9 of Jeff as it race up to 3 and 4. Jay Jefferson hunting for the lead as they come off turn number 4. The pack starting to try and get back together now as they were fanned out a little bit on the restart. Jeff Bright still leads in the 9. A great run off the top of 4. But Jay Jefferson is the preferred inside lane through 1 and 2. Now has some help. Nottingham Scott will come to help that 19 out. Scott might try and help himself out. Look into the bottom 3 wide. Jefferson trying to keep it. That 9 very strong up top, able to keep the lead for now. And look at Mitchell Collins dive low 3 wide on Anthony Hernandez and Roman Fenway. Collins wants a win for that 30-16 badly. He's pushing Nottingham Scott to the inside. Jay Jefferson. Jefferson did lead that lap, but Scott's going to get it through 1 and 2 and bring Mitchell Collins up to the inside with them. Here comes Levi Schultz in the 12 car. Hunting to the inside. Max Anderson. Hope is still there for the championship, for his 2nd championship. He entered 17 below Jay Rando, who is now one of the last chasers running in this race. And all chasers are still left running, so it's not good for Rando at the moment, but this is a long race. Stuff can still happen to some of these chasers. Rando right now, the 2nd lowest chaser, only getting 2 points. Max Anderson would be getting 11, that'd be a 9-point swing. Anderson would be within a mathematical shot at Homestead. Entering this race, he had no mathematical shot. Within a race, that was. He was still within 2 races, but was not within 1. For the lead, Mitchell Collins will take it in the 36. Collins leads over Nottingham Scott off to turn 1 in. Here comes Jefferson back on the inside, pushing that inside car back through. Collins leads in 1. Now Jefferson. Here comes Shones also on the inside. The 4 of John Smith got a nice run through the middle, but Hunter trying to stay to the inside. The 4 will come down to cover the spot. Here comes Logan Williams. The 24 of Brett Sierra. Riley Sampson. Riley Spurley-Tube. Max Rossi just a few cars behind them. Luke Rennie starting to emerge on the inside, trying to get to these spots, get these points. He knows every point is valuable for him right now. He can gain those 7 points that he needs on Jay Rando in this race. Jay Jefferson trying to move out in front. Here comes Logan Williams to the inside, 3 wide in the 47. That is for the 6th position as the front 5 try to break away. Last of them, the 4 of John Smith. Here comes Shones looking on Jefferson. 19 covers the spot down low. Jefferson trying to keep the lead from Shones, who keeps just peeking out on that 19, looking for daylight underneath, and there he'll get it. To the inside goes Levi Shones, side by side for the lead. Levi getting a nice push from 4 teammate John Smith. Here comes Sarah to the inside, 3 wide for 5th, bringing Riley Sampson with them. Battle off 4. That's where it gets really close. Luckily, there's been no 4 wide since the restart, but it gets really close, even 3 wide off that corner. Through 1 and 2, Levi Shones trying to clear and have sole possession of this lead. Shones trying to take it down the backstretch. 19 Jefferson still fighting tough on the outside. That's something we've seen so far today. The outside is workable. It's usable for sure, and especially if someone starts to cut inside 3 wide. Jefferson will lead that lap, but Sierra has the preferred lane. 3 wide to the bottom to turn 1. Brett Sierra taking the lead in the 24. Here comes Riley Spurley-Tube. Coming up just a car behind him. Luke Rennie trying to make some spots up in the 2. Nathan Baird behind him. They'll get 4 wide. And Luke might be in the middle of a 4 wide as well. Baird looks to his inside. There we go. 4 wide. Baird will back out. He did not get to the corner well. Collins in the wall in the 36. He'll drop back big time on the outside. And he's going to follow the draft, I think, as well. That was a huge impact to the outside wall. Collins might lose the draft. Luke Rennie. Oh, he got shoved by Burrell. Almost up to the Simpson. That was close there. 4 wide down the backstretch. Luke does not want to be in this position. He knows how vulnerable it is. He almost got collected in a crash last time he was in this position. Wants to get away as quickly as possible. It'll be back to 3 for him. Logan Williams did a great job keeping off the 19 belts, keeping off the cars on his inside. He'll get back in line as Sierra has led the last 2 or so laps, but now to his inside comes Riley Spurley-Tube. His teammate Jeff Bright, Sierra's teammate Jeff Bright, looking to try and maybe help the 22, help the 24. Right now he's going to help the 22 out as we are catching lap traffic at the moment. It is going to be Bibi Ruiz, 20 miles an hour off the pace. Who gets by? Does it cause a crash? And does Luke Rennie get by is the big question. Oh, it's going to be close when they catch him. It might be the outside lane that actually works right here. They're going to catch him through the corner. Spurley-Tube going to try and roll the top to get around Ruiz, who starts to slide up. Now the inside will be the place to go. And back there, contact. Hunter got hit by Smith. Luckily, they saved it. But now cars trying to filter around Bibi Ruiz, who holds the middle lane. The inside definitely the place to be. The middle and outside, nowhere to go. You can see Luke Rennie, one of them that's up there. He's trying to find a way around. Spurley-Tube going to split to the middle. Put Ruiz up top 3. As a few cars break away now, they start to scatter around the 00. Luke Rainey, though, up top, wide. You have to try and latch onto the back of this draft. Collins will stay with the draft in the 36. John DeBeaver was in that crash, but still in this draft. And Ruiz still holding up 2 chasers, and it's Luke Rainey that's one of them. I think they caught Rando. I think they just put Rando a lap down. No, they didn't. That was just Bro making a move to the inside. I thought it was just a slower car, but that's just Bro going for second on teammate Ross McTrain. And how's Luke doing? In the 2. Finally got around, but oh, it's going to be close on the draft. I don't know. Sampson might lose touch with the draft. For Luke, that was disasterful. That was the worst possible scenario for Luke Rainey. He's got to hope that he can latch onto the draft, and if he doesn't, hope a yellow come out. That lap was a 26.7. Obviously, he was impeded for half of that lap. We'll have to see this lap if it's faster or not. Looks like he's just maybe clinging on. All he needs is just stay with it, but it's close. He's right on the edge of that draft window for sure. But with how they're racing up at the front, we might get another yellow. They're starting to pack back together. See what it is. Lap time for the 4, it's a 26.3. Luke ran a 26.3 as well, so he's maintaining. He gained about 2 100ths that time, so if he can just keep maintaining, he'll be all right. In fact, that time was a really nice game for 22. I think he'll be there in the back bumper at John Smith now, but more traffic up ahead. And it's Jay Brando and Zidell, the next 2 to be caught. This is where if you're at the back, that's kind of good because you can then pick which lane has the run and you can go with it. Jeff Bright's still leading in the 90s, had a very, very strong car here today. Now we're catching. Jared came in as the points leader. Jay Brando currently only getting 2 points. And how's he going to impact this? And then we have Zidell, and then we have 2 lap cars. Caden Lynn and Riley Cresswell side by side. So we'll catch Rando entering 3 and 4. Jeff Bright looking to stay patient, trying to filter around the inside. It's still holding everyone up. Jeff will move to the inside. Rando trying to cut down. The 9's still down. They're almost contact made between. Oh, now Zidell pulls up in front of the leaders. Oh, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. That's horrible. Zidell did a great job staying on the outside right there, the 41. That could have been huge. Look at them all darting to the inside, but Rando is now still with this pack. The outside held up. Jeff Bright gets away and still leads. But these race leaders, they have had something to deal with. They had, oh, look at Rando almost cut down into Galloway. Eli Brett with that right side damage, not affecting him much. He's still out here and getting spots. John Beaver behind him and Luke Rainey on the inside. Definitely the place to be going. Try and filter through. Back to the front. Jeff Bright getting challenged by Riley Spurleytube. Spurleytube out in front. He'll lead the 28th lap of the Gatorade 400. Here comes Evan Hunter to his inside as others still try to get around this 53. He's holding the outside lane. Luke Rainey's going to get behind the 2. That's big for Luke. He gained some of the spots back that he had lost. He actually gained a chaser spot back, not against Scott. You can see the pack up in front now. Last car is holding up with Marshall Burrow, but lap traffic is not over yet for the race leaders. You have 2 of them now. Caden Lynn and Riley Cresswell we're catching. Hunter still inside of Spurleytube. Can't make it stick on the bottom. Twinge is going to be able to clear back on the outside. Spurleytube still leads this race. And now more lap traffic to catch. With 12 to go. It's 2 of them. The 20 and the 37. Spurleytube has free roam of the track. Wherever he wants to go, he can. He is fully clear. Luke Rainey's down the outside again in the 2. That's not what he needs to have happening here. So Spurleytube will have chances and opportunities to get around this lap traffic. He won't have to hurry to get around because no one's really near him at this moment. Spurleytube has a nice gap as they're 3 wide behind him. 11 to go. He's going to catch him on the straightaway. That's really, really good for him. He'll just easily pass through on the bottom. Unless Lynn wants to chop down right there. Oh, he's gonna! Look at Caden Lynn chopping down! That really slows Spurleytube up. He's gonna get inside the 37, but that was big for him. That closes the pack back in. And he still can get around. Thompson on the back bumper and looking to the inside. Spurleytube blocks! The 48 does get to the inside. 3 wide for the lead. The lap car on the outside. Thompson trying to move out in front. Under 10 laps to go. Lap traffic on the outside in the middle. Jeff trying to get through the middle to put the 37 back on the outside. Sabat Osgood will lead this race. The 15 car. Oh, contact around. They're gonna go. They somehow saved it. That was one of our lap cars involved in that. Cresswell backing out. Look who he holds up though. It's Luke Rainey again. Luke Rainey again halted behind lap traffic with Riley Sampson. Luke gonna try to get low in front of Kukulon, who is gonna get low as well. Luke might lose the draft off. That is unbelievable for Luke Rainey. He thought the luck was on his side until it's not with this lap traffic. Smedauskin leads, Gatorland holding up the outside. Luke is finally through, but traffic has definitely halted his impact in this race. Every time you think Luke has a shot, Rando's luck just kind of grows. I know Rando had that bad luck with Reckon under yellow, but he's getting some luck with Luke Rainey not being able to get up here and get some of these spots. I mean, look at all the chasers that are up here. 13, 43, 11, 18. There's a lot of them. Under 10 to go, Smedauskin leads. Sproju looking to the inside, turns 1 and 2. More traffic, it's Ruiz again for the second time this race. That can help Luke Rainey. That's more traffic to try and halt some of these guys and get him draft. Sproju still looking low on Osgood as they catch Ruiz. Sproju trying to slide up the 15, trying to get around the outside of the 00. Oh, he blocks the outside. Sproju looks to the inside. Ruiz will block that as well. Where do you go? Not really anywhere. Spurgeon can protect the bottom of Thompson. Spurgeon will lead with 6 to go. Now in the middle and outside, Halton can try and get up here. He's got, I think, got put in the outside again. That 2 car just doesn't look fast. He's able to clear Sampson though. He can try and just fly by on the inside and get wherever he can. He has to get low. He can't be middle low. He has to be low. It's fall Eli Bright through. There are chasers up there in the middle that are getting affected like Buford. He's trying to get every point he can. Jeff Bright shoving drivers aside. Angrily saying I'm coming through with 5 to go. Yellow flag would end this race short. At the front of the field, a battle for the lead, and it's raging on. Galloway trying to clear DeLello, trying to clear Thompson. The 11 will move out in front. Chicagoland, 4 laps to go in the Gatorade 400. Galloway, the 11, leads. Coming up the inside, Zachary DeLello, Logan Williams, Prospect Train, the 10. How about Cody Anderson, TJ Hanley, also Marsha Burrow and Max Rossi. Jeff Bright, last car in this draft. I think Cement Oskin also back there. But Galloway leads, come to 3 to go. Look at Oskin shoving inside of Luke and shoving inside Jeff, but that 2 car just does not look good. He can't hold the bottom. That's another time where cars just got to his inside. That 2 doesn't look strong. This is the second straight race. Even Auto Club, we were looking at this where it just doesn't look like it's handling well. Let alone, like, you know, he's not getting brakes, but it doesn't look like it's just running well. Coming to 2 to go. 2 cars break away. Now DeLello looks to make it side by side for the lead with Jake Galloway. 2 to go at the line. DeLello, Galloway side by side. That will allow third on back to close it with draft. To turns 1 and 2. DeLello trying to complete it on Galloway, who might look for a shot to get back in line and look for a crossover move. He'll get in line. Has the run down the backstretch. Stays with DeLello for now. White flag this time by. Galloway right on the back of DeLello with Logan Williams watching on. Here they come. One more time around Chicagoland. Zachary DeLello, Jake Galloway. 1-2. Off to turns 1 and 2. Galloway with a lower run through 1 and 2. DeLello fends off for now. Down the backstretch for the final time. Who comes out of this corner with the lead? DeLello, Galloway. Off 4. Not enough for second place. Zachary DeLello fends off the challenge and wins the Gatorade 400 at Chicagoland. A good run for Zachary DeLello. Another win in the Gatorade Cup Series. Galloway couldn't get it done in second. Rando will end up the second lowest chaser in the 53. Zeidel retired from the gearbox, but Rando will be second lowest chaser. Luke Rainey will definitely gain points on him, and the championship fight will come down to the last race. We'll see who has a shot and who doesn't. Let's go see the finish results and the points heading into the final race of the Gatorade Cup Series season. Here's how they finished in the Gatorade 400 at the Chicagoland Speedway. 1 caution flag today for 4 laps, and 16 lead changes, 12 different drivers led here in Chicagoland. Reigning supreme from 38th starting spot, Zachary DeLello leads the final 2 laps en route to victory over Jake Galloway. Chased him all the way to the end. Galloway ends up in second. Riley Spurgeon in third. Logan Williams 4th. And Ross McTrain from last place on the grid ends up in 5th. Anthony Ness gets a 6th place. Jay Jefferson 7th. Keegan Thompson 8th. Levi Jones 9th. And TJ Henley rounds at the top 10 in the 21. Donovan Scott Chaser gets 11th, Max Anderson 15th, Max Rossi from pole gets 16th, Jeff Brett led the most laps of 14, ends up in 18th, Riley Sampson Chaser in 19th. So Luke Rennie not a top 20 here today, however he does close in the points gap between the top two, and a few more now have a mathematical shot at the championship. We'll explain that when we look at the points. There is Luke, 22nd. While it wasn't a pretty day for the two-car, he finished right where he started in 22nd, and never really was a factor at the front. Had to miss the first crash. Luke does leave now closer to Jay Rando in the points, a lot closer. Jonathan Buford Chaser 24th as well. Anson and Charles Bott 31st, Koluigi 32nd. Caden Lynn lap down 37th, Jay Rando 39th, Ruiz 2 laps down in 40th, and then the cars outside Dale Gearbox and Colin Teague out from the crash. At the right side are the points with one race now remaining in the Gatorade Cup Series season. Jay Rando leads points by 2 over Luke Rennie. It will come down to the final race between those two, but also we have some others back behind that have a shot. And a tie for third, so third and fourth in points, it's Max Anderson and Anson and Charles. They are both 10 points back. While it seems like it's a lot to make up, it is still mathematically possible for one of those two to hoist the trophy at Homestead. Also with a shot mathematically, Jake Galloway. He comes in 12 below, so that's going to be, he has to win the race at Homestead. Hope Rando then gets 1 or 2 points. Rando cannot get 3. If Rando gets 3, they would tie, and then Rando would still get the tiebreaker. So Galloway has to win Homestead. Rando has to be one of the 2 lowest chasers. Luke Rennie also has to be one of the lowest chasers. And then Galloway has to also pass Anson Charles and Max Anderson in points. So while it doesn't seem likely for Jake Galloway, it's still mathematically there that he can win the championship. As for others to have a shot, I believe that's it. With Rando having 74 points, I believe anyone else that is lower than Jake Galloway is out of a shot at the championship, because the next highest in terms of Jake would be Riley Sampson, who has 59 points. That is 15 below. It's impossible to gain 15 points in the race. The max you can gain is 14. So at the moment, in terms of realistic shots at the championship, it's a Rando versus Rennie battle. In terms of mathematical, it's Rando versus Rennie versus also Anderson and Charles and Galloway. So 5 cars mathematically eligible for the championship, 2 of which, though, are 2 points apart. So that's going to be very, very close. That's going to be very exciting at Homestead. Luke Rennie versus Jay Rando for the championship. And if those two falter in that race, watch out for Anson and Charles, Max Anderson, and Jake Galloway to possibly pounce and try and get it done. So the 32nd final race. 1 race remains in the Gatorade Cup Series Season 13. We'll go racing at Homestead for the Krispy Kreme 400. It all comes down to this for the championship. I'll see you guys then.